Hi guys. Well, today is the day. Today on October 6th, I have been uploading videos on YouTube for 2 whole years now. I know. I mean, I cannot believe that it was 2 whole years ago today that I started uploading videos on YouTube. How has time come and gone that quickly? But anyway, I said that on the day of my 2 year anniversary I was gonna do a Q&A. Let's get started with the Q&A. And we've got like a whole bunch of questions from some people. Now some of them you'll recognize from the Q&A last year. But some others are like new. So we have some new commenters as well who we didn't have last year's Q&A. And we're actually gonna start off with most of the new commenters. So anyways, let's get started with first person we've got, and we're gonna start things off with Siobhan Tobin, aka my mom. So mom only has one question for me, that being, do you think that the new Exorcist movie, The Exorcist Believer, do you think it'll be as good and as scary as the original? Well, okay, start things off. Will it be as scary? Now I watched the original Exorcist there, um, like just there, like the other day, in preparation for The Exorcist Believer this weekend, and I don't really find it all that scary, to be honest. Really, I think it's more funny, if anything. Um, there's some scenes in where like for example, the scene where Chris runs in and Regan's just going across the bed like that. I actually was just like that during the scene. Um, but like I don't know if I can straight up call it like the new one. I don't know if it'll be like as scary and stuff, because it's just like I know I just from the trailer I don't really get the impression like I'm gonna be like really too scared from this film. I know maybe it's just because I've seen like so many horror films now that like at this point I kind of just expect everything. But yeah, so that's just my thoughts. That and will it be as good as the original film? Now, obviously, with the original Exorcist being such a classic horror movie, it's kind of hard to, beat a film like that. Um, so I'm not really I don't know if it'll be quite as good as the original Exorcism, and besides, in case you haven't seen the reviews have for The Exorcist Believer, the reviews have come out there now, and oh boy, now of course I'm still gonna go into the film. I hope it's a good movie. I mean, because besides Meg 2 also has like an awful Rotten Tomatoes score, and that's a film which I think is pretty good, quite fun. But yeah, I will say I'm quite skeptical, and I don't know if it'll be as good as the original Exorcist, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, thanks for the questions, Mom. So next up we have Tina Quigley, who is my aunt. She asked me who is her favorite actor and why. Now I'm not really sure who my favorite actor would be, because like, there's like so many like brilliant actors. It is kind of hard to belittle them all down to just one. But if I had to decide what actor I really like, Cillian Murphy is a very good actor. I mean, he was the main actor in Sunshine, and that's my favorite movie of all time. So yeah. Anyways, that's just the one question from Tina. But thanks anyways for the question, Tina. And then we have a question from Tina's husband, Brian Quigley, who is my uncle. He also has only one question for me, and his one question is, if you had to choose between cinema and TV, which would you go with? Now, to me, that question is obvious. I'm gonna have to go with cinema for that one. Cause like, well, I just love the Museum of Cinema so much, and I pretty much never give cinema up. So yeah, I would definitely go with cinema. But anyways, thanks for the one question, Brian. Alright, so our next question is from Dave Show. So Dave Show only has 2 questions for me, so his first question is, what are your what are your goals going into year 3? Well, to be honest, I don't really have too many goals, but one goal though that I do have is that I hope that this time next year, hopefully or at least I'm nearly at 200 subscribers, because well, the thing is, this time last year I ended up reaching 100 subscribers, and now a whole year later I am currently at 145, which isn't terrible, but like, yeah, I do. It would be great if I ended up getting to 200 subscribers. So yeah, hopefully by this time next year I nearly have 200. But anyways, and Dave's other question is, what is your most highly anticipated movie of 2024? Well, the thing is, there's quite a few films coming out next year, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm just gonna name off four movies coming out next year, so I'm very looking forward to. Well, there's Migration. Well, I know that in America that's coming out December 22nd, but sadly over here in Ireland we're not getting it until February 2nd, 2024. So yeah, we're pretty much going to be getting the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish treatment with that film. Um, but yeah, Migration, Kung Fu Panda 4, Deadpool 3, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2. So thanks for the questions, Dave. And then our next question is from YK Reviews. So his question is, what is your favorite movie from each genre, like horror, comedy, sci-fi, action? Well, okay, now I won't. Okay, I'm not gonna name off like. I'm not gonna do. Okay, I'm actually not gonna do like every single genre because like I feel like we would be here all day if we were doing that. This video's gonna be long enough. Um. So I'm just gonna go with the four genres which you mentioned in the comments. You know, horror, sci-fi, action. Well, okay, the thing is, I tried to think of a favorite horror movie, but the thing is, though, um, like, it's just, I find it kind of hard to come up with, like, a favorite horror. My favorite horror movie used to be Jaws, but the thing is, like, there's just so many horror films I've seen now, like, I can't, it's kind of hard for me to come up with a favorite, so maybe someday I will have a favorite horror movie, but right now I'm still trying to figure that one out. Now for my favorite comedy, well, I mean, would Shrek be considered a comedy? Suppose it would. Um, Now my favorite sci-fi film, that's obviously Sunshine, you know, because it's my favorite movie of all time. Um, and for my favorite action movie of all time, I'm probably gonna go with The Dark Knight on that one. But anyways, thanks for the questions, YK Reviews. So my next questions are from Ryan from RWO Reviews. Um, Ryan has three questions for me. So Ryan's first question is, what actor slash actress is not getting enough attention in Hollywood? Well, one actress who I think is kind of a bit underrated at the moment is Alyssa Sutherland. She of course plays Ellie in Evil Dead Rise. Honestly, she was so good in that film. I think we should see like more from her, to be honest. Um, the second question is, have you ever seen a musical live? Yeah, I did. I went to see Jersey Boys there in Bord Gosh like 11 months ago with my class. It was brilliant. Um It was my first ever community post on YouTube, actually. Um, Jesus, it's been almost 11 months now since I could start putting community posts. I remember it was November 9th was the day I was able to start putting up community posts. And then his last question is, which movie this year has the best cinematography to? Well, for me, of all the films I've seen in the cinema this year, I think the movie that has the best cinematography, like by far, is Oppenheimer. Yeah, like, I think we can all agree the cinematography in Oppenheimer was Oppenheimer was just such a well shot movie. Well, I mean, to be fair, Christopher Nolan has always been great when it comes to, like, shooting his films and stuff, but, like, I mean, yeah, like the way like Oppenheimer was shot and everything, it was just, it was brilliant. So yeah, I think of all the films that have come out this year, Oppenheimer has been the best in terms of cinematography. I swear they better get nominations for us at the next Oscars. Like, aren't you? It's definitely going to be nominated at the next Movie Man Awards. But anyway, so yeah, so those were my 3 questions for Ryan. So Ryan, thanks for the 3 questions. And our next questions are from D Clancy. So D has got 5 questions. So our first question is, in all the movies I've reviewed these last like nearly 2 years, what film has been the best that I've reviewed? Like I'd say probably like maybe like Barbie or like Oppenheimer or something. Probably something from like this year, like Barbie, I'd say. Because Barbie was a phenomenal film. Second question. Was the opposite, was been the worst film I've had to review in the last 2 years. Now for me, this one is obvious. I'm gonna have to say Firestarter from last year. Like, oh my god, that film was just absolutely horrible. Not to mention, it's just such a forgettable movie as well. Like, I'm not joking. I'm actually starting to completely just forget that I ever even saw that film. Oh god, that was just... Firestarter was just such a horrible movie. By far the worst film I saw last year in the cinema. Now, question number 3. So question number 3 is, if you could pick any of the films in all the years, what's the best MCU movie? Well, I know I said before that my favorite movie in the MCU is Eternals, but like, well, I know, the thing is, in recent times, like, I really loved, Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a brilliant film as well, so I always say Charles was my favourite MCU movie, but like, yeah, I know, recent times I've been kind of more like thinking about it a bit, like, to be honest, I mean, maybe it's just, yeah, that one I can't really entirely answer. Now question number 4 is, what's your thoughts on AI actresses in the future? Now let me just make something clear. I do not support the idea of AI actors whatsoever. I say right now, as an aspiring actor myself, yeah, I do not want like all these like CGI, like all these like fake like humans and stuff in movies. Like, no, it's just not the way at all. And well, I mean, now the writer strike is thankfully over, and the writers are not going to be replaced by AI or anything, but the actor strike is still ongoing. The actors are fighting so that they won't be replaced by AI. And yeah, I think I heard something on the radio this morning actually about how they're currently thinking about, so they're currently like trying to get this whole thing resolved and everything. And I really, I hope it gets resolved and stuff, and that none of the actors will be replaced by AI, because we got the writer strike solved. Now we need to get the actor strike resolved as well. We don't want actors being replaced by AI. So yeah, and until then, we pretty much we need to support the SAG-AFTRA strike and stuff. So hopefully actors don't end up getting replaced by AI. So no, I do not support the idea of AI actors whatsoever. Now our final question is 5 people to your birthday. 1 actor, 1 actress, 1 singer slash musician, 1 director, and a random person of your choice. So for the actor, I'm gonna go with Cillian Murphy. For the actress, I'm gonna go with Florence Pugh. Now for the singer slash musician, I'm gonna go with Chester Bennington. He was the lead singer of Linkin Park. One director, I'm gonna go with Wes Craven. And for a random person, like this one friend, probably this one friend of mine from school, won't say their name for their sake, but that person. Anyways, those are these questions, so thanks. These questions from Brian Hogan, my other Uncle Brian. Yeah, I have 2 Uncle Brians. The last one was from Brian Quigley, this one's from Brian Hogan. So Brian Hogan's question is, what has been your favourite movie of this year? For him, it's Oppenheimer. I feel like my favourite movie this year is probably Barbie, but then again, though, Oppenheimer is just like a phenomenal movie as well. Of course, we've had other brilliant films, like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, it'll probably Barbie, but you've got a bunch of other phenomenal films as well there. Of course, Oppenheimer's brilliant too. So, anyways, thanks for your question, Brian. I have my dad, James Sobin. He asked for me 10 whole questions, so we're just gonna quickly go through them. So, the first question is your favorite actress. Probably my girl Florence Pugh. Second, our favorite actor. Now, this was one which my Auntie Tina already asked me earlier on. As I said, I just went with Cillian Murphy because I couldn't really decide one. I'm probably just gonna do the same here. Question 3 is the question that Brian just asked. What's your favorite film of the year so far? I know I said Barbie, but it's kind of hard because you have a bunch of other phenomenal movies as well. His next two questions are they'll have the same answer. Favorite horror movie of this year and favorite 18 movie of the year. That's going to be Evil Dead Rise. His next question then is, what is your favorite action movie of the year so far? My favorite action film of this year by far has been Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. But I thought John Wick Chapter 4 was pretty great too. 7 is, what's your favourite cinema in Cork? I'd probably say my own cinema in Ballincollig. Question number 8 is, do you like doing short reviews or long ones? Well, I know that all my reviews in recent times have actually started getting much longer and stuff, but I do like to go into like a bit into like how I felt about the movie I'm reviewing. Question number 9 is your favorite animal. I know a lot of you are expecting me to say the octopus, and well, to be fair, I love octopus, but I also love ducks as well. Hence why Migration is one of my most highly anticipated movies for 2024. I love ducks, but I love octopus as well. Question number 10, final question from Dash is like, what's your favorite food in the cinema? That one's obvious, popcorn. Anyways, thanks for your questions, Dash. And then we have the final question, which is from Billy O'Brien, also known as Mega Rainstorm. It's a pretty sick name. Well, it's not a question from him, but rather it's a question from this kid who he's with. Why you couldn't come up with with your own question to ask me, Billy? I think that's rather lazy of you. But anyways, the kid's question is, am I gonna do a review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Yeah, when Five Nights at Freddy's comes out at the end of the month, I'm definitely gonna go see it and do a review of it. Anyways, thanks for your one question, Billy, even if it wasn't from you. Anyways, guys, so that's the end of my Q&A. Thanks for all the questions, everybody, and I can't believe it's been 2 whole years now since I've started doing these reviews. But anyways, stay tuned for my next review. It's of course gonna be in the Extras Believers I mentioned earlier on. And stay tuned for all the other reviews I have in the next year. And with that, it's been a nice 2 years. Hopefully our next year is another good one. So I'll see you guys, and bye.